Autumn has arrived in Vancouver, and with it, a bit of magic, mystery, and mayhem. Today, we're checking out some of the city's best Halloween experiences. We'll head to the Fairmont's Haunted Cellar for afternoon tea, sip some spooky cocktails at Jinx and Arcana Spirit Lounge, and do a bit of witchy shopping along the way. So grab a pumpkin spice latte, and let's dive into a little Halloween magic. This is Autumn in Vancouver. Our first stop today is Witches Harvest at the Nightshade Market, an annual 2-day artisan market hosted by Ravensvale. This year's event was hosted at the Croatian Cultural Center on Commercial Drive. This market brings together local makers, artists, and mystics. If you're looking for odd curiosities, crystals, Ouija boards, and tarot cards, this is the perfect place to spend an autumn afternoon. Entry is $5 per person, and you can spend the day browsing everything from ornate frames and jewelry to spell kits, candles, bones, pretty dead taxidermy, or even a creepy Lafufu terrarium dome. If you didn't make this year's market, Ravensvale hosts other events and workshops, which I'll link down below. No Halloween season is really complete without a trip to Spirit Halloween, and today we're at the Broadway location here in Vancouver. If you're a local, you may recognize this as our former Bed Bath & Beyond. May she rest in peace. It's been a few years since I've been to a Spirit pop-up, and this one was probably the largest one I've ever been to. They've got everything from pop culture favorites to over-the-top decor and all the fake blood you could want. They have large sections for adults and kids, as well as decor, props, and makeup. It's one of those places where you walk in just to look and somehow leave with a new costume, 3 props, and 0 regrets. They even had a full-size prop subway car, complete with an animatronic zombie subway rat. If you're in need of a last-minute costume, Spirit Halloween is a great place to start. Next, we're heading downtown to the Fairmont. If you're looking for the most elegant way to celebrate Halloween in Vancouver, the Fairmont's spooky season has you covered, whether you're in the mood for afternoon tea or a witchy cocktail, with 2 seasonal pop-ups, Haunted Cellar Afternoon Tea and Jinx Spooky Speakeasy. If you're looking for a Halloween experience that's more haunted elegance than jump scare, the Haunted Cellar Afternoon Tea at the Fairmont Hotel Vancouver might just be your perfect October ritual. Hidden beneath one of the city's most historic hotels, Haunted Cellar is hosted in the hotel's lower-level tea room at Notch 8. Behind a hidden bookcase door lies a tea room that is equal parts cozy and creepy. The lighting is low, the tables are candlelit, and the walls are lined with vintage books, skulls, and potion bottles. It's spooky but sophisticated in an Edgar Allan Poe way. Served Wednesday through Sunday, this is a seasonal afternoon tea that runs from September 25th to November 9th. Seatings are at 11 a.m., 1 p.m., and 3 p.m., and are limited to 1.5 hours. Tea is $75 per person for adults and $40 for children 12 and under, and they do also offer a takeaway option if you want to host your own tea party at home. You can choose from a curated tea list with an autumnal theme: pumpkin spice, maple peach, apple ginger rooibos, masala chai, to name a few. The service is classic Fairmont, warm and polished. I had tea here over the summer, which felt a bit rushed, but my waiter this time was really friendly and incredibly attentive. The menu features a seasonal twist on their traditional afternoon tea. Classic buttermilk scones alongside bloodberry with apple strawberry jam. Savories include the Raven, a turkey katsu sandwich, a Halloweeny sausage roll, and a fig reaper, brie and fig tart. Sweets include a caramel pecan cupcake with a witch's hat, a chocolate mousse midnight burial, a blackcurrant macaron, and a scarlet slice of New York cheesecake. Each cheer looks like a still life for autumn, with subtle Halloween touches, edible cobwebs, crimson drizzles, and chocolate tombstones that are almost too pretty to eat. They offer a handful of seasonal cocktails as well. I tried the Witch's Brew, a mix of Empress Gin, cassis, pear, elderflower, and cardamom, which paired nicely with the tea service. Notch 8 Afternoon Tea always delivers a great festive experience. I enjoyed the presentation, though it probably wasn't my favorite tea service as far as sweets and savories, but their scones are always top-notch. It's definitely worth booking ahead. It sells out fast every year, and I only managed to book a seating during the week. If you're in Vancouver in October, Haunted Cellar Afternoon Tea is a great way to celebrate Halloween for grown-ups who still want a touch of mystery with their macarons. If you're looking for a Halloween night out that's more mystery and martinis, the Fairmont's Jinx Spooky Speakeasy delivers the perfect mix of glamour and the supernatural. Just downstairs from the Notch-8 Lounge, Jinx is a seasonal pop-up bar and one of the events I was looking forward to the most this year. The term pop-up bar is a bit misleading. Jinx transforms the space into a moody, candle-lit speakeasy with dark green velvet drapes, flickering candles, and a few ghostly surprises. Every corner feels cinematic, like you've wandered into a 1920s seance with a modern twist. I absolutely love the vibe of this bar, and I'm disappointed it's not a year-round venue. It feels more like immersive theater than your average bar night. It's intimate, indulgent, and full of atmosphere, the kind of event that reminds you Halloween can be spooky and sophisticated. The cocktail menu is equally as impressive. Each drink is themed, from citrusy spritzes like Big Witch Energy to smoky mezcal, Midori, and pumpkin spice. The flavors and presentation of all the cocktails are mysterious, unique, and inviting. They offer a number of spirit-free cocktails, as well as small plates if you're hungry. Jinx is open Wednesday through Sunday, from October 1st through November 8th. Reservations are a bit hard to get, but they do also take walk-ins, so if you can get in, I highly recommend it. If you can't make it to Jinx, another option is Arcana Spirit Lounge in Gastown. Arcana is probably my favorite bar in Vancouver, one of those hidden gems that feels more like an experience than a night out. And during October, it becomes something truly special. It doesn't have a traditional sign, but just follow the pet psychic sign and the pentagrams, and you'll know you're in the right place. All year long, Arcana leans into its tarot-inspired theme, with each cocktail named after a major Arcana card. The regular menu already feels mystical. Every drink is presented like a ritual, complete with crystal glassware, the occasional skull, and a story behind each card. The lounge transforms into a dark, cozy, candlelit sanctuary, complete with a glowing Zoltar fortune-telling machine. Arcana is 2 levels and open year-round. It does get quite busy though, so I recommend booking a table in advance, and bookings are generally limited to 2 hours. But for Halloween, Arcana turns up the magic with its Season of the Witch menu, a limited-time lineup that blends artistry, theater, and a little bit of the occult. They offer seasonal-themed small plates, like Butternut Brew, Salem Sliders, and Kraken's Covenant. And the seasonal cocktails are complex showstoppers, with vampire, ghost, and occult-themed cocktails. From the Count, a smoky spirit-forward vampiric option, to Slimer, a blend of bright green Midori and ube foam. Arcana is famous for its theatrics, with drinks like Cthulhu and the Flaming Scorpion, which lives up to its name. But you can also get a classic whiskey sour if you're looking for less complexity. They have a variety of options, and all are unique to Arcana. Their Halloween cocktails are a fun seasonal change, but I like their regular menu just as much, if not more. So even if you're not visiting around Halloween, you get the full experience. If you're a fan of beautifully crafted cocktails and immersive atmospheres, Season of the Witch at Arcana is an absolute must during October in Vancouver. It's mysterious, cinematic, and a little bit magical. Exactly what autumn nights in Gastown were made for. Our last stop for Halloween is Canyon Frights at the Capilano Suspension Bridge, where pumpkins flicker and glow, giant spiders crawl overhead, and the bridge itself glows across the canyon. It's spooky, stunning, and it's one of Vancouver's most enchanting autumn experiences. There are 3 main attractions at the park: the Cliff Walk, the Treetops Adventure, and the suspension bridge itself. But the park offers plenty of space to lounge around with a cozy drink or sweet treat in between. There are a number of small kiosks and cafes sprinkled throughout the park, including the Cliff House restaurant, which offers a full menu with indoor and outdoor seating. Next door is the Capilano Trading Post, a large gift shop that carries everything from touristy souvenirs to outerwear. If you didn't bring a warm enough jacket, you could easily pick one up here before heading across the canyon. The Cliff Walk at Capilano is already one of Vancouver's most unique attractions. But during Canyon Frights, it transforms into something straight out of a Halloween storybook. The narrow, cantilevered walkway hugs the granite cliff, hundreds of feet above the canyon, and every turn is lined with glowing orange and purple lights that reflect off the rock face. The walkway is 700 feet long and wraps around the cliff face of Capilano Canyon. And this year, it's covered in giant spiders. So if heights and spiders aren't your thing, you may want to try something else. The second half of the walkway offers a number of stunning viewpoints that look out over the treetops and canyon. If you go at twilight, you can see the cliff walk while it's still light, and circle back later if you want to see it in the dark. There are a series of stairs leading to and from the walkway, so keep that in mind before you head down. As you step off the cliff walk, the trail leads you through one of the prettiest parts of Canyon Frights. A glowing forest filled with skeletons, lanterns, softly lit trees, and more skeletons. It's the perfect ending to the walk, calm, magical, and a little bit mysterious. The main attraction is Capilano Suspension Bridge, a 450-foot-long suspension bridge hanging 230 feet above the Capilano River and Canyon. At night, it's strung with glowing orange and red flickering lights, turning the entire span into a glowing Halloween walkway. It definitely wobbles as you cross. It's not scary, but enough to make you grab the handrail, and regret not bringing your camera gimbal. Across the bridge is my favorite part of the park, the Treetops Adventure, or the Frightful Forest during October. It's one of the most magical parts of Canyon Frights, and honestly, it feels like stepping into an enchanted forest on Endor. It's a bit of a spooky Ewok treetop adventure, and the perfect Halloween experience. 7 suspended bridges connect massive Douglas fir trees, some over 100 feet tall, and during Canyon Frights, the entire canopy is lit with colorful glowing lights. Everywhere you look, there's a warm orange glow against the deep green forest. It's absolutely stunning, especially after dark. If you can beat the crowds, it's surprisingly peaceful up there. Just the soft hum of eerie music and the occasional rustle of the trees. Each platform is decorated with little Halloween touches. Owls, skeletons, and glowing potions. It's family-friendly, not scary, but has that perfect mix of whimsy and autumn atmosphere. It's a totally different vibe from the main bridge. Calmer, cozier, and perfect for slow evening walks or photos under the lights. If you visit Canyon Frights, don't rush past this area. The Treetops Adventure is where the magic really comes alive, high above the forest floor. At the base of the Treetops Adventure is the Living Forest, a series of pathways through the forest, decorated with creepy jack-o'-lanterns, skeletons, spiders, and an amusing graveyard. The pathways wind through towering evergreens and along the canyon's edge, all softly lit with spooky music drifting through the trees. If you're visiting after dark, take your time here. It's the perfect spot to slow down, breathe in the fresh air, and just enjoy the magic of autumn and Halloween in Vancouver. As you head back across the Capilano Suspension Bridge, the whole canyon glows beneath you. The bridge sways just enough to remind you you're floating high above the river. It's the perfect ending to Canyon Frights, equal parts spooky and serene, and such a magical way to experience fall in Vancouver. Canyon Frights runs from October 10th through November 2nd, and ranges from $28 for children to $78 for adults, which is a bit pricey, but if you're a BC resident, you get a year-long season pass for the full-price ticket. Subscribe for more seasonal content like this. If you miss Canyon Frights, the winter-themed Canyon Lights starts at the end of November, and I'll have a review and a walkthrough of that as well in my upcoming winter holiday video, so keep an eye out for that. What's your favorite Halloween activity in Vancouver? Let me know in the comments below.